Imagine this. You close your laptop at midnight, you go to bed, you sleep for 8 hours. When you wake up and open your laptop, something has changed. 3 emails have been drafted and are waiting for your approval. Your calendar has been reorganized because 2 meetings were rescheduled overnight. A report you needed has been pulled from Google Drive, summarized, and placed in a new document. And a package you were thinking about buying has been tracked, compared across 4 stores, and the best deal has been saved for you. You did not do any of this. Your AI did, while you slept. This is not science fiction. This is Gemini Spark, and Google just announced it at Google I/O 2026. On the 19th of May 2026, Sundar Pichai, the CEO of Alphabet, took the stage at Google's annual developer conference and introduced what he called the next evolution of smart digital assistants. Gemini Spark is a personal AI agent that runs 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, on dedicated virtual machines on Google Cloud. You do not need to keep your laptop open. You do not need to keep an app running. You do not even need to be awake. Spark works in the background, continuously, until you tell it to stop. Let me explain exactly what that means and why it changes everything about how you interact with technology. Traditional AI assistants are reactive. You ask Siri a question, Siri answers. You give ChatGPT a prompt, ChatGPT responds. The conversation starts when you initiate it and ends when you close the app. The AI waits for you. Gemini Spark is different. Spark is proactive. You give it a set of tasks, preferences, and permissions, and it goes to work. Not when you ask, continuously. It monitors your Gmail for important messages. It watches your calendar for conflicts. It tracks prices on products you are interested in. It pulls information from your Google Drive documents and organizes it. And it does all of this without you lifting a finger. Here is how it works technically. When you activate Gemini Spark, Google spins up a dedicated virtual machine on Google Cloud. This virtual machine is yours. It runs the Gemini 3.5 model, the most advanced version of Gemini released at I/O 2026. This model is 4 times faster than previous frontier models in terms of output tokens per second, and it has been specifically designed for what Google calls agentic tasks, tasks that require planning, reasoning, and executing multiple steps over long periods of time. Your Spark instance connects to your Google account, Gmail, Google Drive, Google Calendar, Google Docs, Sheets, and Slides, Chrome browsing history, Google Maps. Everything in your Google ecosystem becomes accessible to Spark. And in the coming months, Google plans to add connections to third-party apps through a standard called MCP Model Context Protocol. That means Spark will eventually be able to interact with Uber, OpenTable, Zillow, and potentially thousands of other services. Josh Woodward, Google's vice president of the Gemini app, demonstrated some of what Spark can do on stage. He showed Spark drafting an email to a boss by pulling facts from emails, documents, spreadsheets, and slides, all without being told where to look. He showed small businesses using Spark to watch their inbox around the clock, ensuring they never miss a customer question. He showed Spark planning a complete dinner party, finding recipes, ordering ingredients, and sending invitations, all from a single request. And there is a feature that makes Spark feel genuinely different from anything else on the market. You can email Spark directly. Google gives your Spark instance a dedicated Gmail address. You send an email to that address with a task, and Spark reads it, processes it, and completes it. You do not need to open an app. You do not need to be at your computer. You just send an email, and your AI agent does the work. On Android phones, a new interface called Android Halo lets you track what Spark is doing in real time. A persistent notification shows you the status of every task. You can approve actions, reject them, or modify instructions, all from your phone while you are walking down the street or sitting in a meeting. And then there is the hardware angle. At the same event, Google and Samsung unveiled Intelligent Eyewear AI-powered smart glasses designed by Warby Parker and Gentle Monster. These glasses have Gemini built in. You can talk to Spark through your glasses, ask it questions, assign tasks to it, check on progress, all through voice commands while your phone stays in your pocket. This is the vision Google is selling. An AI agent that is always on, always working, always connected. Across your laptop, your phone, your glasses, and your cloud, a digital employee that never sleeps, never takes a break, and never forgets. It sounds incredible, and in many ways it is. But there is a cost. And I am not talking about the $100 per month Google is charging for the AI Ultra plan that includes Spark. I am talking about something much more valuable than money. Privacy. Think about what you just heard. Spark has access to your Gmail, every email you have ever sent or received, Every conversation, every attachment, every password reset link, every bank notification, every medical appointment confirmation, every private message you thought was between you and one other person. Spark has access to your Google Drive, every document you have ever created, every spreadsheet, every presentation, your tax returns if you stored them there, your resume, your contracts, your personal journal if you keep one in Google Docs. Spark has access to your Google Calendar, every meeting, every appointment, every location you plan to be at, on every day, for as far ahead as you have scheduled. And Spark has access to your Chrome browsing data, every website you visited, every search you made, every article you read, every product you looked at. All of this data is flowing through Google's servers. Google's AI is reading your most private communications, analyzing your most sensitive documents, and tracking your daily schedule. Not occasionally, continuously, 24 hours a day. Google says Spark requires explicit approval for high-risk actions like sending emails. They say you maintain complete control. They say critical updates are sent proactively so you always know what Spark is doing. But the data access is not optional. For Spark to work, it needs to see everything. That is the deal. You give Google complete access to your digital life. In return, Google gives you an AI agent that organizes it. This is the fundamental question of the agentic AI era. How much of your privacy are you willing to trade for convenience? Because the answer to that question will determine the future of technology. Google is not the only company making this bet. OpenAI has its ChatGPT agent. Anthropic has Claude Cowork. Meta is building an agentic AI called Muse Spark that will operate across Instagram, Facebook, and WhatsApp. Amazon's Alexa Plus, powered by Claude under the hood, is positioning itself as a home-based AI agent. Every major technology company is racing to build an AI that works for you around the clock. And every single one of them requires deep access to your personal data to do it. The companies that win this race will not be the ones with the fastest models or the cheapest prices. They will be the ones that convince you to hand over your digital life. The ones you trust with your emails, your documents, your calendar, and your browsing history. And right now, Google has a massive advantage, because most of us have already given Google all of that data. Gmail has 1.8 billion users. Google Drive has billions of stored files. Google Calendar is the default for hundreds of millions of people. The data is already there. Spark just activates it. That is what makes Gemini Spark so powerful and so unsettling at the same time. Google is not asking you to share new data. They are asking you to let their AI use the data you already shared years ago. Data you probably forgot you gave them. So here is the question you need to answer before Spark launches to the public later this summer. Are you comfortable with an AI reading every email you've ever written? Are you comfortable with a machine analyzing every document in your drive? Are you comfortable knowing that while you sleep, an artificial intelligence is working through your digital life, making decisions, drafting responses, and organizing your world? If the answer is yes, Gemini Spark might be the most useful tool you have ever used. A tireless digital employee that handles the mundane so you can focus on what matters. If the answer is no, then the agentic AI era is going to be very uncomfortable. Because this is not just Google. This is the direction the entire technology industry is moving. And opting out is going to get harder every year. Gemini Spark runs 24 hours a day. It never sleeps. It never forgets. It never stops working. The question is whether that is a dream or a nightmare. And only you can decide. For the infrastructure costs behind AI agents like Spark, watch Thursday's documentary on Nexus Point, EN. And for how the AI power struggle is reshaping global technology, check out Kelvorix.